Hello and welcome to a brand new video. In this video, I am going to teach you all about Android intent. We will learn what is intent, what are the types of Android intent, and we will also learn how to implement Android intent in your own application. And I will show you a demo application which I have made to teach you all about Android intent. By the end of this video, you will learn how to start an Android intent and how to navigate through multiple screens using Android intent. So with that said, let's get started. So what is Android intent? Android intent is like a small messaging object which is used for perform certain actions. For example, the most common use case for intent is to start another activity. Apart from this, intent is also used to start or stop background services, broadcast receiver. When we use intent, we can also embed small bits of information or data into intent which can be further passed on to any other application or activity or any other application component. So intent is very widely used in Android app development. Even in my previous video, you might have noticed that I have used lots of intent to start activity or start broadcast receiver or background services. There are two types of intent used in Android. First is the explicit intent and second is implicit intent. Explicit intent means an intent which is used to communicate with your own application is known as explicit intent. For example, if you want to start another activity which is inside your own application, then in that case you have to use explicit intent. Second is the implicit intent. Now implicit intent is used to communicate with other application which is outside of your own application. For example, if you want to send an SMS, you need to use implicit intent. Another example is if you want to open a contact, then you have to use implicit intent to open a certain contact. In short, if you want to communicate with your own application or your own activity, you have to use explicit intent. But on the other hand, if you want to communicate with any other application which is not your, then you have to use implicit intent. So basically that's the difference between these two intent. Now let's move ahead and move to the coding part. Now let's jump into the code to understand more about how to implement Android intent in your own Android application. So for this video, I have made a small demo application to teach you all about Android intent in extremely simple manner. So here is the demo application on the right side. So first let me give you a short demo and to show you how this application works, and then we will go into the code to understand how to add intent. So first button is go to second activity. If we click on this button, we will use Android intent to start second activity. And then we can go back. Second button is open google.com. If we click on this button, our app will open Google Chrome and open google.com website inside Google Chrome. So basically this second button is an example of how to use implicit intent to communicate with other application. And in this case, we are opening google.com inside Google Chrome. So basically we are communicating with Google Chrome to open google.com URL inside web browser. Now let's go back, and then there is a third button which is get result back. So when we use intent, sometimes we can also send and receive information between two activities. So if we click the button get request back, we will start second activity. And inside the second activity there is a button send data back. So when we click this button, we will send this information to our previous activity. And the information is hello from second activity. This is how we send in and receive information using Android intent. And the message which we receive is hello from second activity. This is how we send and receive information using Android intent. Now one by one, let's look into the code. Now let's jump into the code, and first we will learn how to add explicit intent to start another activity. We will scroll down here, and so first let's start with the explicit intent and how to start an explicit intent. The first button in application is an example of explicit intent. Now to create an explicit intent, you have to first create an intent and then add package context, which is this, which is main activity, and then add second activity class into the intent. So this is how we create a simple intent to start second activity. And if you want, you can also add any additional data such as username, and then you can use start activity to start the intent. And this will start second activity which we can see in our demo application. So in this intent example, since I have added extra additional data, we need to receive this data into our second activity. So I have created a second activity, and inside this second activity, I have used Intent.getExtraString and add our username, which is user_name. So this line Intent.getString_extra will get the extra data which we have embedded inside our intent, which is username. So this is how we receive the intent and also receive the extra data which is inside the intent. So it is very simple. Create an intent, and then in second activity you can also receive that intent information or data which is stored inside the intent. And this is how we simply create an intent to start second activity in Android. So in the first example, we have seen how to create an intent and send an information via intent, and at the same time we can also receive that information from the intent in our second activity. But what if we want to send information from second activity to our first activity? So for that we have to use intent, but the method is slightly different. Now let me show you how to send and receive information between these two activities. Instead of having one direction of sending and receiving, we can have bi-direction to send and receive information between these two activities. Now to do that, first we need to create a register for activity result. Now to start an activity and receive the information from that activity, we will use a register for activity result to start an activity. And inside this, we will handle all the information which we will receive from that second activity. And then we will store it into result from second activity variable, which is a mutable state. And the second activity will send back the intent. So here we have to use result.data to receive the intent. As you can see, the result.data is a intent. And then as usual, we will use getExtraString to receive the information sent by the second activity. So once we create the register for activity result, the next step is to launch the intent. So just like previously, we will create an intent, and inside this intent we will add second activity. After creating this intent, the next is we will use start for result.launch, and then we will use the intent to launch the second activity. So what this will do is this will launch second activity, and as soon as second activity is launched, there is a button to send back the information. So if we click on the get result back button, this will start second activity, and this is the second activity. Once we click on the button send data back to the main activity, it will send back the data to the main activity. So the code for this button is given here. So first we will create an intent, and then we will add additional key values, which is my result key, and then we will add hello from second activity. This information will be added into the intent, and then we will use set result function and add result code OK, which is basically -1, and this is an integer. -1 means result is OK. This is a standard. And then we will add the intent which we have created here. So what this line does is this line will send this intent back to our main activity, and then when the main activity is start, so here we will receive that intent from second activity, and we will use that intent to get extra string, which is my result key from that intent, and then we will store it into the result from second activity variable. And we will use this variable to display it on the screen as shown in our demo. As soon as I click on send data back to the main activity, hello from second activity is shown here. So this is how we use intent to communicate between two component and two activity, and send and receive information between those two activity. So this is how explicit intent is used and implemented in Android application. Now let's move ahead with our implicit intent. Let me show you how to use implicit intent. The example of implicit intent is the second button, which is open google.com. And the code for explicit intent is very simple. First we will create an intent, and then we will add the action, which is Intent.ACTION VIEW. And then we will add the URI, which is URL, into the intent. And this is how we create intent, which is an implicit intent to start other applications such as Google Chrome. And then we will use start activity and add this intent to start the activity of Google Chrome. So basically how this work is, first we will declare an action. This action will indicate Android operating system that this intent is all about certain action. That action can be anything. In our case, which it is action_view. There are multiple actions available, example action_dial, action_call, and etc. But to open a URL, we have to use action_view. And then next is we will add our URI, which is universal resource identifier. That's what URI stands for. And we will add google.com, which is a string, and we will convert that string to an URI. So this is how implicit intent is used, and as soon as I click the button google.com, Google Chrome will open, and Google Chrome will show the URL google.com and load the entire homepage of Google. So this is the example of implicit intent. So this is how we use and implement Android intent into Android application. In simple words, we use intent to perform certain action such as creating activities, start and stop background services, broadcast receiver, etc. And we can also add small amount of information such as key value inside the intent, and you use that intent as a messaging object to send information between various activity to and for the activity. So we have reached to the end of the video. If you can learn something new and get value out of this video, make sure you like, share and subscribe. I have made an entire tutorial series on fundamentals of Android app development. The link to it is given in description video. And in case if you are interested in getting entire source code of the application which I have showed you in this video, then it is available on my GitHub repository. The link to it is given in description too. With that said, have a nice day. Bye bye. See you in the next video.